Hello and welcome to Bankers Plus Academy. Today we are discussing a very important news impacting the public sector bank offices in India. The Department of Financial Services, Ministry of Finance, has issued new directives for reforming the transfer policies of public sector banks to enhance transparency, fairness, and efficiency in the transfer process of bank offices. In the communication dated 26 November 2024, addressed to the chairman of all the public sector banks, including State Bank of India, the DFS has advised the new guidelines to be implemented from financial year 25-26. As per the communication, the DFS has observed an increasing trend in the complaints or grievances received with regard to the transfer policy and its implementation by the public sector banks. Such complaints and grievances are received through various forums and from various dignitaries. In view of these complaints, the transfer policy of the banks have been reviewed with an aim to promote greater transparency and to ensure formulation of a uniform and non-discretionary transfer policy in the banks. Now, let's see what are the new guidelines issued by the DFS. The first one is that the various administrative layers in the bank, such as region, zone, circle, FGMO, etc., should be clearly and uniformly defined. Similarly, the minimum and maximum tenure at each layer also should be clearly defined. Transfer timelines should be clearly defined and strictly adhered to. The bank should endeavor to complete the transfer exercise before the month of June every year. Mid-year transfers should be avoided as far as possible except in case of promotions and administrative exigencies. Apart from the above, the transfer exercise should also be made transparent with the annual publication of seniority list and the existing or expected vacancies at different locations and scales. Rotational transfers should be on seniority basis only, and exceptions, if any, should be properly recorded and documented. The bank should automate the transfer process and should develop an online platform for the same with the facilities of giving location preference options to its employees in case of transfers. The online portal may also include the bank's transfer policy, guidelines and related circulars, scale-wise seniority list, details of vacancies scale-wise and location-wise, and other relevant details in order to bring efficiency and transparency in transfer process. Most importantly, banks should also accommodate offices up to scale 3 in the respective linguistic region in order to ensure seamless customer service to the extent possible, considering various factors including availability of vacancies, administrative exigencies, etc. As per the new guidelines, banks have to designate certain regions as difficult areas. The employees posted there should be given preference for transfer after completion of their tenure. Then, in addition to the available grounds of transfer, the grounds of marriage, joining spouse, medical, maternity, childcare, faraway postings also should be suitably incorporated in the transfer policy. In case of spouse working in central or state governments, an endeavor to post them in the same place or region or nearby place or nearby region should also be made. Women employees should be transferred as far as possible to nearby places, stations or region. In case of posting to a faraway or remote location, their safety must be given due importance and availability of basic amenities should be ensured. Then, grievances received from employees citing violation of transfer policies should be dealt in a considerate manner and suitably responded after detailed deliberations and by duly recording the reasons thereof. With respect to appeals received on transfers from the employees, a committee should be set up to look into the issue and dispose the appeals within 15 days. With regard to transfer protection to office bearers of associations or unions, clear definition of position, tenure, and applicability be incorporated and strictly adhered. Transfer protection may not be made available to an office bearer on promotion. All public sector banks are required to incorporate the above guidelines suitably in their respective transfer policy with the approval of their boards and ensure its implementation and compliance from financial year 2025-26. These guidelines reflect a proactive step by the government to make public sector banks more efficient and employee friendly. With these reforms set to roll out from FY 25-26, let's hope to witness a significant improvement in transparency and fairness in transfers in public sector banks. Thank you.